Time to go.
Our bond is strong. He's terrified.
Into the wind.
Out of the way.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effects.
Stand with me.
A bitter pill to swallow. The life of an adventurer certainly isn't easy. One with nature.
Motor atau apa cok? Astaga, kutubnya berendah aja.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped. Oh, don't worry. In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment. Oh, good! Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's... And if it's not? Well, then I'll still bring Yeah! Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? Oh, true. Very true. In that... Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases... Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but... If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have... Right? Yet it was if only that guy could... In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem... To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities... It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's easy to guard against and deceive, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula... Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. Seems... It's all right. Well, this was... Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans? That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. I see. So, your primary objective... I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll... Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time. Well, would you consider some more, unique way? Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy... Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to... Could you suggest something a little more practical? All right, here's another. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do any... that might... valid point. I overlooked that part. All right, no more joking around. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of her... You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refute? Why don't we give it a try after this meal? Huh? Paimon, did you drink... was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really... No, it's fine. We're just about done here. Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fonta anyway. It tastes kind of... Is that so? Huh. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay. Yeah, we're stuffed. Just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover. Let's get ready to try to meet... So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always in any case, I wish you smooth... See ya! There aren't many people around anymore.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Vache?
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the wall. Huh? Hang on. Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Vache, are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Wait. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land? Yes, that is what I was once. But I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being... I also remember going, no matter where I went, Vache would go with me. But now, it's no longer. No! Our reunion, the thought of me gives him no succor. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for... Perhaps that is so. If only I could have comforted him. Is that what you call it? It was a state of neither fear. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time. And only... I think I hear your companion. It's time for you. Farewell then. I am...
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Nami is outnumbered!
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance! I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I
Followed you. It seemed to me that
I believe that following someone without their knowledge,
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray.
Do not speak of...
Sorry, Demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all...
Sorry, I did not consider...
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind this... Your performance tonight will almost certainly...
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, and what about these Gardamex?
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via...
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's...
Yes. Be careful.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarant.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten to.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you.
I know, she's... Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and there was that champion duelist named Clorant who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought the... Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. As such, we're still partners. There's no...
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined these people.
All right. Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? Well, to be honest, you're the one who... Huh? Really? Paimon can trip. Yes. All thanks to you grabbing my drink. How did that help? After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I saw that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and... Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit... So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial... Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh! Really? I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger. But why would they go after us too? All we did was... Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got... Speaking of which, did anything... Well, it can't be a coincidence that the Traveler faint... Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too! But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the... Does that mean the primordial seawater... That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest. New intel? Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the... But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving and... Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate. Oh, you... Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to... We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can...
Don't worry, you two. With us around,
Udah jauh, Cok. Udah jauh, Cok.
It's right up ahead.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted any...
Very good.
I shall find rooms for our...
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue travel. This is your...
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can
Well, our funds have... After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us. Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people... To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years... Your father? He was the previous boss's spina...
Mademoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And my father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died. Oh no. But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up. But strangely, that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances. So that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case. That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in. But I haven't found a... However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications, and now... here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Demoiselle, please. If there is anything I can do...
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. No, Master Callus did so much good in life, yet All it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained...
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least... No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something people love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy... What? How could... Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that a... Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you...
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If she knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he... There was only a...
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I... Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our understanding.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of... All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound... thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a... Yeah! I was...
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest.
Paimon slept so well. Huh? Navia? I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them. Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vacher. Wait, so you didn't sleep at all? How could I after having such critical new evidence appear? Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now. Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. Does that mean we're too late then? No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, you should be able... So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that... In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? No, it's nothing. Let's... Calais is right up ahead. Come on. Please state your business here. The chief... This place does look pretty heavily... Hey, don't you recognize us? Huh? Who are you? Just See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep, yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the tribe.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official...
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief just...
Thanks so much.
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. Will you...
It's all right. Please let me know how I...
So you're not mad?
I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse...
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or... There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right, then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuv? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or no, you are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, you even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say it. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia, are you
I'm fine.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the...
Now that I think of it, On the day my father was convicted of murder.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad.
I really think I found a true genius for a part. All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this...
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself? Great. Let's go then.
Whoa, what a huge ship!
There's no need to be so surprised. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like that. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosetta.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Paimon was confused why a group was... But now that Paimon has seen this ship for her...
Well, Poisson is where Spina...
Follow the wind. Follow the wind. The wind knows me.
Meluse, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle. And you said before that you still had some business.
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You still remember, right, Meluse? On that...
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, at a glance, it was a kind of drink...
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water...
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, if you drink Sins for an extended amount of time, and if you were to stop drinking it completely, as he oversaw Poisson, my
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath. Not only that, but
yes, but the enemy recognizing that, my father decided the man's name was Jacques. That night, my father but then we heard.
How did that happen?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, looking back on it though, I now believe the most important clue was precisely. It's all things, but considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. You're right. We still don't know what happened.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful. I think this third person. On that note, however, our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its form. There is no need to follow your...
If that's indeed what he wished for, was I not the closest person to him? And yet, what was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to... Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is... Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death? And live out my life just as... I've never accepted that. Ever. Not I want to find...
Flavia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to...
So you do know something else, Maloose?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that... But what drove all the tensions to the point...
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he and the serial disappearances case caused 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve. Knowing all of this, he decided to use... But as long as you remained safe, he would not share. If something were to happen to you, then he and all...
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been...
No. I don't believe it. He never appeared to...
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard. Especially...
So he chose to die in silence. So that...
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you are... I'm sure he'd be extremely...
That fool. No. He might have set up everything precisely because... Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. Maloose, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, when he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the... But if you want to use it against the enemy...
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous... There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. but a single visit to their headquarters would be... The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open us...
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontana?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
That's true. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malou.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss, and I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my...
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that when I announced orders, if the vendors didn't change after several rounds of testing, and the first is Florent, Spina de Rasula's scene.
Huh?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people bought thanks to his position within Boss's Innermost. There's someone else like him too. Marcel.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. The boss helped it to grow. In the beginning, there were only...
So, they're like a sister organization?
Yes, you can say that. When we were... It's a bit...
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own, since Thierry is always in the know about...
I see. To think that the...
If you want to invest...
Of course.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my due. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also... After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit.
Aw, thank you so much, Malus.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth.
Into the wind.
It is settled, then. Please...
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus. Excuse me, miss.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this...
If it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died...
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain.
You don't understand it.
I didn't know how to face you. I know only the full...
I'm sorry. I appreciate this. On the matter regarding my husband...
Would you mind sharing it with me?
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me he had many regrets. So when Mr. Callis came to him with he tried to be as careful.
They found out about it.
Papa didn't say that exactly. But
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I don't know that for sure. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis, even if he fired the shot that killed my husband.
But Mama, why if Papa always wanted to be a good...
Well, things...
Yeah, Papa was a...
Then you should hold on to that, regardless of whether he left you a...
Oh,
thank you for everything you've told me.
Thank you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time any...
are you okay, Nadia?
Gitu banyak banget, Cok.
The rock should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House.
Yeah, I've heard.
It also reminded me, after my partner here put the dots together for me.
Can you do me a favor and try?
After that, he told us that my first reaction was that Mr. But when I got there,
So you also remember 2 gunshots.
indeed, the reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the but according to the guards, that doesn't... About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a third person?
At least from our perspective, my father hadn't. The gun he was holding probably belonged to...
Yeah, that makes a lot of... But hold on. If that's what he didn't even want to face the aura. Did he lose all faith in the courts?
About that, Luce told me a thing or two. So I'll tell you everything once the...
I understand. And if I may just say, many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. But it was Mr. Callis's trust, no matter what others might say.
Don't worry. You and all our other comrades at... Hey, Thierry! It's...
Oh, now.
Oh, so you've got...
Oh, okay. Hey.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that?
I mean, where I work is really up. Callis did a fantastic. It would be next to impossible for me to find. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these 2 friends of yours?
Yes. These 2 are my What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's...
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question.
Of course. Without... Why do you ask?
Well, you see, just recently... So, if you hypothetically...
If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your... Removing a serial number is all. So I can promise you, they're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be...
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Jokes aside, I'd like to... I'll be staying in the city for...
Apaan, Cok?
Time to go.
Mind the side effects. Which is more valuable? Unlimited mora? Unlimited time?
Ah,
work. Please take your seats. It's time for our merry departure. This aquabus tour is bound for Romaritime Station, and I'm your tour guide, Abel. I'm here to tell you all about the amazing scenery you will pass by on the Clementine line. Even though I'm not an expert tour guide,
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? Sure. I will let him. Oh, it's all right, Uncle Mark. I just wanted to talk to
Yes, I've...
Oh, you were at the
That's right. I also witnessed your... To beat the Hydra...
Oh, I'm a...
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can...
Yes, I was reminded of your father's...
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof.
Oh, and...
We were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an... If not for the vigilance of my part...
Oh, you're giving us too much credit.
Alas, it seems thing... But rest assured, Navia. Poisson, if anyone dared...
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. Do you have any new thoughts on...
about... The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet. So Then I heard the sound of a gunshot. And the rest was his...
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself.
Sounds good. Just let me know. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage.
This can work. I'll just treat them as new sale. Time to go.
We've talked to all three sets.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that... Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right.
According to Jacques' if I had to guess...
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Oh, that's a good point.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective?
makes sense. But without besides Jacques, it's obvious that our enemy...
Do you think he knew?
Given everything that's happened since... But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Thierry, you say? Huh. But I didn't feel...
Yeah. Had he actually... If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find...
Uncle Marcel? And with funds from the... Still, also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his... Florent? But...
So you're saying he...
Exactly. He can't... Who could it be? You know, if you think...
Could we be missing other suspects?
The suspect is not... Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things...
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus, we need far more salt...
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking...
Huh? Aren't
Aren't you the guy from the...
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trial?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What? Is that some...
Yeah, we know him. Maybe...
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind...
Wait, how? None of our...
That's what I thought was strange about it. If the charge against him stands...
Right. Because they'll think that...
Yeah. And it'll be a lot...
I understand. Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Since this is a you're right. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to...
We'll help you.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Malou, Silver, when...
We heard that you'll be... It's our hope that...
Thank you.
See you then. Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. Huh.